On the frontier of air power, where technology is measured in ever-shortening cycles of obsolescence, there exists an anomaly, a giant that has defied physics, geopolitics, and the very passage of time. It is slow, it is detectable, it is, in theory, a perfect target. Its own crew baptized it with a name that says it all: the Buff, the big ugly fat fella. This bomber is so old that it flew when pilots navigated with paper maps and sextants. Today, its pilots use touch screens and GPS targeting systems. And yet, while its designated successors, the swift B-1 Lancer and the ghostly B-2 Spirit, have their retirement dates marked on the calendar, this old man of the sky has a more ambitious mission: to reach 100 years of active service. How is it possible that an aircraft considered obsolete half a century ago not only remains in service, but is scheduled to outlive those that came to replace it? The answer is a mixture of brilliant design, constant adaptation, and a dose of luck so colossal it seems taken from a Hollywood script. This is the story of the immortal machine. This is the story of the Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. Its legend was born from the fire of the Second World War and the shadow of the Cold War. The Pentagon needed a strategic hammer, a bomber that could take off from Kansas and reach any point on the globe without depending on anyone. Boeing responded with a Colossus of over 175 tons, an aircraft so large it seemed to defy gravity. In 1952, the B-52 cut through the skies for the first time, and by 1955, it was already the nuclear guardian of the United States. It was the embodiment of air power, a clear message to the Soviet Union written in aluminum and atomic potential. But the Cold War soon heated up. In the 1960s, nuclear tension was so extreme that the United States launched Operation Chrome Dome. B-52s loaded with hydrogen bombs patrolled the Arctic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, ready to turn cities to ashes at a moment's notice. It was their most important mission, and at the same time, the one that almost ended everything, because the B-52 proved to be as fallible as it was powerful. In 1961, over North Carolina, a B-52 disintegrated in midair. 2 hydrogen bombs fell. One of them initiated its detonation sequence. 3 of its 4 safety switches failed. Only a simple switch, the last resort, prevented a nuclear explosion 250 times greater than Hiroshima's from devastating the East Coast. That was not an isolated incident. It was one of 5. Bombs fell in California, in Maryland, and most dramatically in 1966, over Palomares, Spain, where a B-52 collided with a tanker and scattered radioactive plutonium, a catastrophic reminder of the risks flying overhead. Chrome Dome was canceled. The B-52 had almost been the executioner of its own nation. With its nuclear role in question, the Buff needed a new purpose, and it found it in the fiery skies of Vietnam. There it transformed. It abandoned atomic bombs and became the god of conventional warfare. Its bomb bays were modified to release not 27, but 84 500-pound bombs. When a formation of B-52s arrived, the very world shook. They turned the jungle into a lunar landscape, and their roar was a psychological weapon as lethal as the shrapnel. Although SAM missiles shot down several, the B-52 had proven it could be the ultimate hammer, even without its nuclear power. But behind this war machine lies a unique human story. The B-52 crew is a microcosm of specialists, a synergy of 5 or 6 people on a flight that can last over 30 hours. In the cockpit, the pilots, masters of this titan of mechanical control. Behind them, the weapons systems officer, the tactical brain managing the lethal arsenal and electronic defense. Further back, in the darkness dotted with radar lights, the navigator and the radar officer, the eyes that pierce the night and bad weather to find the target. It is a dance of discipline and trust, where the 20-year veteran trains the rookie fresh out of the academy, creating a unique bond with a machine that is literally older than they are. They are the guardians of a living legacy, the ones who turn a Cold War relic into an instrument of modern precision. While it was bombing Vietnam, generals were already planning its funeral. It was an easy target for new Soviet missiles. Its replacement, The XB-70 Valkyrie was a science fiction craft that flew at Mach 3, but it had one problem. It was useless. At low altitude, where it had to hide, it drank fuel like a thirsty beast and its range became ridiculous. The project was cancelled. The B-52 breathed a sigh of relief. Then came the B-1 Lancer. Fast, sophisticated. But again, Soviet defenses evolved faster, making the B-1 tremendously vulnerable. Carter cancelled the program. The B-52, for the second time, had dodged a bullet. Luck was on its side. Its genius was its ability to adapt. If it couldn't penetrate defenses, it would avoid them. It became a launch platform for cruise missiles, attacking from hundreds of kilometers away, unseen. But the final threat arrived in the 80s. The B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. This was truly the end. Undetectable, lethal. Together with the B-1, they were to form a fleet that would leave the B-52 in a museum. The plan was perfect until the ultimate geopolitical miracle occurred. In 1991, the Soviet Union, the enemy against which all these aircraft were created, disintegrated. Overnight, the Pentagon wondered what it needed 132 B-2 stealth bombers for, each with a sky-high price tag. They cut the order to just 21, and suddenly, there weren't enough new bombers to replace the old, reliable B-52s. The fall of the Berlin Wall was the greatest stroke of luck the Buff ever received. Almost 100 of these titans were saved from the scrapyard, and since then it hasn't stopped. It is the constant shadow of American power, from the Persian Gulf to the mountains of Afghanistan. The B-52 has been the ultimate aerial artillery. Now equipped with GPS precision bombs, it can eliminate a target with surgical accuracy, an incredible evolution for an aircraft that once saturated entire areas. Today, the Air Force is investing billions to make it even younger. They are changing its heart. Its 8 old engines will be replaced by new, efficient, and powerful ones. They are implanting new radars, new avionics, a new life. And here comes the final irony, as large as the aircraft itself. The B-1 Lancer and the B-2 Spirit, the designated heirs, will be retired around 2030. The B-52 Stratofortress, the old-timer, the one that was never supposed to survive, has orders to fly until 2050. If it succeeds, the first of its kind will have completed a century in service. A record not only in aviation, but in world military history. It is not the fastest, it is not the stealthiest, but it is the toughest, the most adaptable, the most stubborn. It is a fossil that refuses to go extinct, a living bridge between the age of steel and the age of silicon. It is proof that sometimes, in the world of absolute power, longevity is the most formidable weapon. If you want to keep exploring the secrets of the machines that define our world, don't forget to subscribe to Operational Zone. Hit the bell so you don't miss any reports. Do you think the B-52 will reach its centenary? Or do you think a new rival, perhaps a drone or a 6th-generation aircraft, will finally put it to rest? Leave your opinion down below in the comments. Until the next mission,